Hi, thanks for tuning in to Linline's Hypnosis. This is my second video. Hopefully it's a bit better than the first, might be a bit longer. The last time I spoke on my first video was about the mind detox, and I've been a hypnotherapist for 23 years, and I've seen most people for weight loss, mainly to get off of junk food and just change their eating habits. So a lot of people I see eat a lot of junk food, whether it be sweet sugary foods or savoury foods like pizza, crisps, burgers. And this is a habit, this is an addiction that people just can't seem to stop, and they use it as a crutch, and I understand why. We all do, I do it. We use it as a crutch, as a comfort. Okay, so although we try and go on a diet, or we try and take the injection to suppress our appetite, or we try Slimming World or Weight Watchers or Scottish Slimmers or Atkins diet, you'll find some of these diets only work for a little while, because we always resort back to our old way of eating, because we always resort back to our old way of thinking. Our old way of thinking is very, very, very deeply programmed in our subconscious emotional mind, which means we can only go for so long, and then we will pick up the biscuits, thinking we'll just have one today and back in the diet tomorrow. Before you know it, you're on the biscuits, you're on the chocolate, you're on the junk food again. You put on more weight than you just lost, and you start that whole, what they call yo-yo dieting. And I've spoke to people now for 23 years about this, and I devised my own hypnosis program, which is the mind detox, to get people off junk food. And as I said in my last video, the mind detox is very, very powerful. It will get mostly everybody off junk food like that really quickly. They come back and see me the second week for the reinforcement session, and they say, I just cannot touch chocolate, Lynn. I just cannot look at pizzas. I just don't want junk food. And they find themselves strangely going to the supermarket and buying fruit and veg and water and carrots and salmon and chicken and all this good stuff. So for most people, the mind detox is very, very powerful. But as I said, for some people it only lasts for a little while, because it depends on what's going on in the subconscious mind. You will always resort back to that. So when clients come to see me, I give them the option, and I say to them in all honesty, you can go for the quick fix, the mind detox, or you can go for the long-term solution that's going to be a little bit more work, which is looking at the subconscious mind and what's driving your emotions and what blocks are there. For example, somebody, God forbid, may have been abused in some way in their childhood, and they have emotional blocks there that's not allowing them to go forwards and lose weight, because they could be using the weight around the body as protection, so they don't get that abuse again. Now, I'm not saying the person's doing this consciously or deliberately, they're doing it subconsciously and they don't realise they're doing it. So sometimes when some people want to lose weight, we have to really sit down and say, tell me a little bit about your past. Yeah, that whole horrible saying when you go to see a therapist, tell me about your childhood. But it really, really, really does reveal an awful lot about what's going on in people's minds. So the point of this video is to let you know the mind detox is very effective, and to also let you know the virtual gastric band is very effective, so that you feel full with less food. But if there's stuff going on deep in your subconscious mind, it will only be a quick fix. So, in my next few videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about eating habits, like binge eating junk food, and why we do it, why we overeat even when we're full. We continue to eat past the point of being full, even though we're absolutely stuffed. Looking at the reasons why we do that, right? And it's always emotional reasons. And in my next few videos, when I look at some of those reasons, and also I'm going to offer the complete mind detox, two sessions here on YouTube, completely free of charge. Now normally it's £120 for each session, so it's £240 in total for the mind detox. as anybody out there who's come to see me over the past 20 years knows that that's the cost. So I'm going to just absolutely offer these sessions free here on YouTube. The Mind Detox, the Virtual Gastric Band, reinforcing it all long term, and you can use that to get you off of junk food and feel full with less food. But going back to what I said originally when I come on this video, if there's underlying issues, you may have to address them. Inner child work, abuse in the past that's causing you to keep weight on without you realising why you're doing it, low self-worth, so many reasons why people do it. But however, I'm going to offer you the free sessions, the Mind Detox and the Virtual Gastric Band. I'm also going to put a link down here on this video about an article that was published in the Daily Record. Now, this is a lady I saw from Port Glasgow called Jackie Adams. I'm not breaching confidentiality because it was in the Daily Record. Now, it was a full 2-page spread on how Jackie came to see me for weight loss. We'd done the Mind Detox, we'd done the Virtual Gastric Band, and she lost 10 stone, and nobody else was doing the Virtual Gastric Band at that point using hypnosis. So when this was published in the Daily Record, it went, I had a 7-month waiting list. I was working 6 days a week, every day seeing people for this Virtual Gastric Band. So yes, it is very, very, very powerful. If you read the article in the Daily Record on my Virtual Gastric Band procedure, which I devised myself, I'll put the link below. And then if you want the Virtual Gastric Band to feel full with less food, or if you want the Mind Detox to get you off of junk food, please subscribe to my videos, my content, because I'm going to offer these sessions to you free. Okay, so thanks for watching.